Hello, everybody. Commando Santa here, and welcome to another episode of Project Aurora. Today, we're going to be looking at episode 2. In this episode, we're pretty much going to be working on just like the first kind of residential area of our little outskirts kind of city. I think the intention of what I was kind of going for here was something a little not extremely dense, but it ended up getting a little bit more denser than I expected. All in all, I think this was more of just kind of a test of kind of the assets I have, at least for some of this residential stuff that I have, kind of testing what looks good and such. But I think this turned out good enough to where I probably will leave it. Maybe we'll come back to it later, but like I was saying, the original idea here was kind of maybe like a smaller town kind of ish, like nothing too crazy out here, but I wanted it like kind of a stronger town center, some denser residential in the middle, and then it kind of flows out to kind of sparser rural area. But I think just the way I did the housing here and how it's kind of set up near the highway, I think this is going to actually turn out to be more of a like worker housing for kind of the various industries we're going to have out here to support our larger city. But yeah, I was playing around with all these kind of lower income looking kind of housing. I would assume that when they built this, they kind of built everything in quick succession. So there's a lot of the kind of houses look the same. Pretty much the same kind of fencing throughout, some older looking trees and foliage, and then I also kind of plopped in a few newer looking kind of split level homes, which I would assume that maybe whoever was living there ended up maybe demolishing and rebuilding just to have something a little bit nicer, a little bit bigger. So I kind of sprinkled those through, but I didn't want to get too crazy with that. As you can see at the end of the street here, I also kind of added in a kind of some public housing. I would assume those are more like kind of lower rent apartments and something just, to fit more workers in, because we gotta get that green line, get that green line out of here in the residential demand. So that was kind of just the main point of this episode, was just let's tackle some housing, get some stuff in here that makes sense. But yeah. I think in the live portion, I'll kind of talk more about the roadways and such, and kind of a little bit more planning. But we have the highway exit, and it kind of just turns into it looks almost like an interchange I have around where I live, and I think it's functional. I don't know how well it's going to handle with like heavy traffic. I think as I unpaused this one just to get some things flowing, we had the line of traffic coming in of people trying to move into everything, and it was backed up pretty far down the interstate highway. So I gotta let the simulation go for a little bit, but we can do that in the live session just so we can watch all the cars flow, because that'll be kind of fun. But yeah, so that turns into like a kind of a 4-lane main street area, which right off the highway I plan on having some services. Just some basic lower kind of income, not lower income, but like lower demand commercial. So maybe like a gas station, various shops for kind of along the interstate highways, or at least around me. You get like these they have signs that kind of stay like, if you exit now, there's these services. So, you got this gas station, this kind of food, and maybe lodging if you need a place to stay, which you'll find like your motels or your smaller kind of hotels, maybe like a Holiday Inn or a Hampton Inn or something right off the highway. So I think I'm going to try and do that, at least on the other side of the entrance and exit ramps. Maybe I'll throw in like probably some small light industrial warehousing, and then maybe like I think I got a couple assets for like a Hampton Inn or a Holiday Inn, maybe like some sort of like 3-floor nothing too crazy hotel. You know, for people that are traveling, they have the ability to stop and rest a little bit. But yeah, after I had the residential done, I ended up moving a little bit to work on just some basic services. I wanted to get the water kind of pumping station kind of set. Nothing too large right now. So I would assume this would be like almost acting as like a town garage. So it almost, because this pumping station asset that I grabbed looked just like a town garage that would be part of my town. So I'm going to use it exactly as that. So it's kind of, you know, owned by the town, this little section here. But that brick building is actually kind of like a electric substation type thing. So that there was enough electricity there, I think, to power the residential area around here. I had a little bit of parking for the workers that come in, and then a fence around the whole complex. And I just detailed a little bit. So, you know, your usual town kind of garage area would have like mound of dirt and like extra building material for when they're working on, you know, whatever the town decides to be working on at that point. So I think this worked out pretty well. And pretty much I just gated it so, you know, only town vehicles can go in and out, because, you know, they keep building materials out and about. So probably shut it at night and open in the day when they're working. But yeah, this will suffice for now for probably getting at least supplying water for everyone, at least until I figure out where I want like the more main part of the city here, or town or whatever. Because at that point I'll probably do like a water tower, because I love water towers and I think they look really cool. But yeah, after this I added in a little bit of just like 3 smaller industry buildings, because I figured like right under the highway here they're not going to be, you know, building residential housing or anything. So I just added like I think a small kind of, I don't know, rundown kind of grocery store looking thing, and then like a 2 kind of garage looking like industrial assets. It looks pretty good. Just a small parking lot, because I'm like obsessed with these parking lot roads. They're extremely cool and extremely useful. So I kind of place them everywhere. But yeah, I also grabbed I think it's big parking lots, where it's like you draw a perimeter road and then you can like fill in the spaces with these parking lots. They work a little bit better when you're doing like big plazas and stuff, because ultimately you kind of have like an entrance in and entrance out. But I don't know, we'll see when we get there. But yeah, what I did not accomplish in this episode that we're going to need to accomplish in the next one, we need to get water treatment or some sort of like sewage plant or something, and then garbage. I don't know where I'm going to put any of that. I'm thinking maybe on the other side of this little highway area here, but I kind of got to figure. I could do a little bit more planning, and we'll plan a little bit more in the live portion. But I think if this is lined up correctly, you should be able to see those kind of like kind of industrial looking garages. And I would assume that like some light industry, or maybe some like, I don't know, like metalworking, or, you know, kind of like a milling plant or something. Nothing too, you know, heavy duty, but, you know, just a small little like outbuilding or something. But yeah, also I wanted to apologize for this recording right here. For some reason my recording software decided just to like cut out just the inside of the recording, so you don't really see it all. I'll make sure to have that fixed for the next one. But yeah, sorry about that. If that really bothers anyone, you can let me know in the comments, I guess. But yeah, this is pretty much the last kind of thing I added over here, which is just this Brothers Grocery. It's kind of cool. It's, you know, just something like a little side shop. I think just, you know, I think a lot of people would be coming here and like, you know, grabbing their like Arizona iced tea or something. At least that's what I would be doing. But yeah, I think after this, when we hop over to the live portion, let's do that now. Let's hop over to the live portion. We'll talk a little bit more about some of the things I did kind of off camera a little bit. So. Hey everybody, and welcome to the live portion of the episode today. So this is pretty much what I ended up with. This is kind of our first little town off the highway. And there's that line of cars that I was telling you about. It goes on for miles and miles. Anyways, yeah, so this is the town we got. I had these kind of little, I don't know, just little shops and stuff. This big coin laundry place kind of fit a little bit. Dunn's transmission. You know, people need car repairs out here. And then a Shell gas station, just kind of right off here. So, you know, coming off the highway, go get gas, get back on. Kind of like how rest stops would work. But yeah, I forget if I was able to actually get in onto the interchange here, or at least the on-off ramp, in the last episode. So this is pretty much what I got going right here. I really like these. I found these on the workshop. The concrete highways that have like the barriers on each side and the guardrails kind of worked really well with these. You know, especially when you get to this corner right here. At least there's guardrails and kind of a divider in the middle, so you know cars don't go back and forth and, you know, hit each other, whatever. But yeah, you just kind of get off right here, and you know, you have the stoplight. I don't know why I got this U right here, but I have this U right here. I probably will just remove that. I was playing around with kind of getting lines working right here, and it's just been not fun, because this is technically like two intersections just like right next to each other. So I'm trying to think of the better way to do this, because I attempted to do like a four lane, you know, back and forth two-way traffic up to about here, and then connect these highways to it, but I couldn't get it to look right, especially with like the editing of the lines and stuff. I couldn't get it to look right, so I'll have to play around with it a little bit more, so maybe we can kind of fix this, because right now they get kind of like, let's see if I can unpause, they can get kind of like weird in the middle here. Let me just see. Yeah, see, they like kind of freak out sometimes. They like fly. It's kind of bizarre. But yeah, and then sometimes they turn like this way to turn around down here and come back in. But yeah, we'll try and fix that. And yeah, everyone, you know, has a lot of poop buildup, so we need to kind of address that. People need police. I think we've had a few deaths already, so yeah, we need to get to work a little bit. But yeah, the other thing I added was another gas station kind of down here. This is a 7-Eleven. I think it fit this corner really well. Let me just kind of do like a little, we'll go around right here. You know, I put some beer signs on the side, because, you know, that's why people are probably coming here and get their beer. You have like a loading bay in the back here, gated, because they, you know, garbage, and keep some stuff back here. And then, you know, you have just this little neighborhood right here. I'm a huge fan of these roads, because they, you know, they look kind of shoddy, not well taken care of, but I think they're like I think they're the big suburban roads or something like that. I forget. Yeah, they're pretty neat. I got more of this public housing kind of like right here, just kind of like a small little parking area in the back for people living there. This is kind of like dead lot right here, which is pretty cool. I had another fence right here, but it must just kind of disappeared. But yeah, I got some like old kind of chain link, what used to be a chain link fence, and then they dumped dirt here. Maybe they like demolished the house that was here. Kind of works out. And yeah, as you can see, like I got a couple like nicer houses kind of strewn about. As people like rebuild and move up the ladder from their old kind of crappy house. But yeah, this is what I ended up with for the kind of like the public garage. You know, nothing too crazy. You know, the little break area back here. Have lunch. Have their sandwich. And this is the just like two smaller like industrial things. And then the grocery store, and I ended up putting another little like another one of these back here just for some extra electrical for the entire little neighborhood here. But let me zoom out. This is kind of like the road planning I got for now. I think the quote main area or main street is going to be like right here in this kind of intersection right here. I think it's going to come further south for sure, but I think I'm going to definitely throw a little bit nicer housing kind of along this section right here. I'm considering kind of moving it, having it continue down the length of this this little stream out into like the lake or bay or whatever this is. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how big I want this. I think I'm going to have definitely a bit denser around here and around here. And then I think I'm going to thin it out around the center here. And then maybe a tad bit more dense around here. I don't know. We'll see how it works. I definitely want to do a little bit more terraforming right here because I think having like a coast road kind of roll along like this would be kind of nice. I would definitely expect like something in some sort of industry to be set up in this little peninsula kind of deal right here, or maybe it'll just be for garbage. You know, this is a great spot to store some garbage. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah. Anyways, this is pretty much what I got to show for you guys for this episode. I just wanted to get this one out for a quick succession, just to kind of show the theme of what I'm going for and just kind of talk about the way forward, because I usually like to do that, especially after just kind of like episode 1 was just terraforming and all talk. I wanted to give a little bit of show, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Definitely take feedback. Again, this is all new to me, a project of this scale. I'm definitely figuring things out in City Skylines and assets and everything. So bear with me as I hope to improve as I continue on. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for watching. If you could please just, like this video, hit subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.